Yo, this is gonna be quick. I wrote this down in my notes when I first heard about this situation. And this is my unpopular opinion of how I feel.
Whoa, whoa, yeah, look at me dead in my eyes, I know that.
And yeah, so I'm gonna just get right into it. And again, I'm gonna be reading from my notes because I forget things easily. I don't know. I think I developed ADHD as I got older, so my mind be all over the place. So to properly convey what I'm trying to say, I'm just gonna read what I wrote. So I feel like P. Diddy, along with other affluent blacks who was frequenting his parties, were essentially mimicking European culture. Like, just hear me out. I know this and this is in no way like me making an excuse for P. Diddy, but I just feel like they're mimicking European culture, as I said, and by that I'm historically referring to queens and kings, like European king and queens, and how they would throw these orgies, and which consisted of people with wealth, status, power, and just overall heavy influence. And how at these orgies there would be people of the same sex engaging in intimacy, but they wouldn't see it, and they still do it to this day, but I'm gonna get to that further along. But they wouldn't see it as an abomination. It was just them literally living out their wild fantasies, being hedonists essentially. Yeah, and back to what I was saying, just to give a up-to-date example, the whole Jeff Epstein and how he would throw these types of parties, and it'd be men sleeping with men sleeping with children. Like, it happens throughout history. If you go on the history books and you look at King Ferdinand, even the Queen of England, like, come on. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't that why they were talking about, like, hinting towards like sexual activities with kids with what is his name, King Henry, with the Queen, and that's why Meghan and her husband like decided to cut themselves out. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I thought so. But yeah, but definitely going back to the whole Jeff Epstein thing, throwing these parties for the affluent people in government, where these orgies will occur. Like, it's just history repeating itself, and if you're ignorant, you're gonna repeat that same cycle. And just to add, if we're being honest, when you enter a certain tax bracket, it comes with power, and you start to explore like these cynical things, because you have the time. For one, you have ample amount of time, you have ample amount of money. Like, you're bored, so essentially you're gonna explore the most craziest, like I said, live out your fantasies. Like, you're gonna explore that. I don't care who you are, what you say, you're gonna explore that. If you're ignorant, let me say that, let me not say I don't care who you are. If you're ignorant to history and ignorant to morals and stuff like that, you're gonna indulge in that sinful behavior. And also, you have the time and money to cover it all up. So who like, why wouldn't you do it? I have the money in case something goes left, in case one of these people want to throw me under the bus. I have the money to get myself out of the situation and to cover it up. It'll only be relevant for some time, you know? But yeah. And what else? Oh yeah. And yeah, and just to further add to the influence Europeans have on blacks, is that we feel like when we reach a certain tax bracket, we need to do things to fit in with these affluent European people. Like, why? Like, and these are people, again, these are black people who grew up with nothing. So when they get money, again, like I said, they feel like they have to fit in. They want to prove themselves to these people who really don't care. Like, we are the only ones that that care to show our status, to show that, oh my god, we have some type of power, even though it's all delusion. But yeah, it makes us feel equal to them finally. Yeah, and then we just and we and like just hear me out, right? Like, as soon as black people get some money, we want to go buy jewelry, we want to go buy designer clothes, we want to go buy estates that we can't necessarily afford, let's be honest. And it's just all to prove that we should be in the same room as these people. And 9 times out of 10, we're not gonna be in the same room as these people. Like, we're not. No matter how much money you have, you're probably never gonna be in the same room as these people. You're not. And if you are, you're not gonna be like entertained. Like, you'll literally just be sitting there, just taking up space. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yet, if we examine the other side, these affluent Europeans live more humbly, Like, yes, they do these evil, wicked things, but 9 times out of 10, we're not hearing about it until, like, they're way older, they're probably dying, or they pissed one of the other affluent white counterparts off, so now they want to go tell. Like, yeah. But yeah, my point is to say that, like, bringing up how affluent whites live more humbly was just to say, like, that we are so influenced, like, by them, by their money, by their status, that we have to display it instead of being more modest, being more humble like them. We gotta wear the G's on our body, the C's on our body. Like, we have to do all these things. And especially when it comes to, like, competing against other affluent blacks, like, we want to show, like, ooh, like, I got one up on you. I got more power than you. Hence the whole P. Diddy, Jay-Z situation. Jay-Z right now is in control, trying to dominate, show his dominance, show his that he has more power over P. Diddy by leaking all this stuff out and staying in the background. Like, But yeah, history definitely repeats itself, and if you're ignorant, you're gonna be the one that continues the cycle. You're gonna be one of the ones that continue the cycle, because it's not just one person. America in itself continues to repeat history, and as we see now, going to shit. Like, the world is going to shit. Excuse my language. But yeah, it's crazy out here, man. Be safe. But yeah, again, I want to say this is not like an excuse, or like, for P. Diddy. Like, yes, those parties was sick. Like, if it's true, okay, if it's true, we don't know, we weren't there, we weren't invited, we didn't get the invitation, sis. But if it's true, it's definitely sick. But definitely it's not something like people are acting like, oh my god, like, it's not something out of the norm. These affluent Europeans have been doing it since the time of history, like, and they're still doing it. They're just more discreet, and black people, we don't know how to hold water, and we want to screw each other over all the time. So eventually, yes, all our shit comes out to light. All of our shit, no matter who you are. Things are coming out about Beyonce, Mary J. Blige. Soon somebody's gonna take down Jay-Z. Like, it's just all over the place, and it's very unfortunate, especially for those who are like victims in a situation. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
You know that a nigga ain't lying. Too much respect. All of my shorty BDs, they know not to try.